Okay, now that we have gone through our warm-up, let us start sketching. And first, let's understand some basics of sketching. What you're seeing on your screen is a passage in a palace at Chettinad, and you can see that these lines seem to be meeting at a point somewhere here, right? All these lines, horizontal lines, will actually merge at a point. This is called perspective view. And since many centuries now, sketchers have started imitating this sort of a effect that we see in the real world in something called as perspective drawing. Now, there are various types of perspective drawings. The first is a one-point perspective, as you can see. So here is a one point, and you can draw a cube or any form that where the edges and faces are vanishing at one point. So here this is the vanishing point, which usually lies on eye level. So if you are standing at the top and looking at the shape from above, this is how you'll see it, right? In this case also, you'll see that there are two vanishing points, and the eye level is above the shape. That's why you're looking at it from the top, and the shapes are vanishing at, or the lines or edges are vanishing to these two dedicated points. So in this case, there are two vanishing points. So it's called a 2-point perspective. This is called a 1-point perspective. There's also a 3-point perspective. In case of very tall buildings, if you're standing at the bottom of that building, the top will seem to vanish into a third vanishing point, which will be a vertical vanishing point. So in this case, there are, now that we have seen the 1-point, 2-point and 3-point perspective, let's start drawing some cuboids in perspective. The easiest way to do this is start with 1-point perspective. Let's mark, so what you see on this template, which is called template 2 cuboid, what you see is these shapes that are centered around a circle. And what we're going to do is we're going to mark one point in this circle, anywhere in the circle, and we're going to use that as a vanishing point, right? Now, you might find sketching some of these difficult. So what you can do is sketch at least 3 of them, right? Whichever you seem logically okay, you can draw those and leave the 2 out, right? So let me mark a vanishing point somewhere in the circle, maybe let's say here. And I'm going to start drawing these squares or rectangles to become cuboids. So let's start vanishing these edges. Like I showed you the example of the passage, they're going to also vanish. So try and draw straight lines as much as possible. Use your shoulders, and this is how it will start vanishing. Similarly, if I vanish another edges of another shape, this is how it will be. Don't worry if the lines don't come straight in the first go, like what I'm facing right now. It's okay. You can first make sure that the line is correct and then darken it. Right, and then so now I can mark a depth. Any depth is okay. I can mark the depth anywhere for each of the cuboid. Now if this is the depth, then this becomes my edge, right, for the cuboid. Now one of this, now you can see surface 1 and surface 2. Now let's construct the surface on top. We are not going to see the other 3 surfaces anyway because they're at the back, right? So what I'm going to do is draw a horizontal line through this point, and that makes my cuboid complete. It's like magic. You're constructing a 3D geometrical form onto a 2D surface. That's the paper, right? I have just shaded it so that we can sense the depth as well. Now it starts looking like a 3D object immediately, right? Now let's make the same, let's have the same treatment for the other shape as well. So I can draw a horizontal line, and again right? So that becomes my cuboid, right? Okay. So similarly, you can quickly complete the rest of the shapes. Draw a vertical line to mark the depth, and then just simply draw a horizontal line. Now in case of this cube, it does look a little weird, but don't worry, after you finish it, it will all make sense, right? And even this is going to be a little tricky. So if that happens to be the case the, in your case, you can leave that particular cuboid out, which is okay. Right? So we've completed all of them. Even this is a little tricky. Right. So that's it. To extend the activity, you can also use this particular activity. This is called template 2A. So in which case you can choose to complete any one of the cubes, and there could be multiple permutations and combinations, right? So you can decide to keep, let's say, these two cubes, right? And that's it. And even add on top of this for that matter, right? So use these templates given to you for your benefit and keep practicing, right? So this is an advanced exercise which you may or may not do, but this, please do this. So completing at least 3 of the 5 cuboids on the cuboid template.